small idea I came up with. For further context, it's actually a small phrase, a chord progression. I actually came up with it in high school. You might be wondering why high school is relevant. These 12 songs, one per month for 2021, I'm gonna package them up in a nice album. An album about my early teenage years. And each one of these 12 songs has a small musical phrase that I came up with in high school when I first started learning guitar. So yeah, that's the pretentious meaning behind what I'm trying to do. You be the judge of it. A Gretsch dual jet into a big muff, Germanium one, and everything else is bypassed straight to the amp. This is a hand-built 20 watt, actually 18 watt tube amp. I unfortunately do not know the name of the builder, so that might be actually something worth investigating in the future. And you may be wondering why have I maxed out the tone control. As far as I know, the tone stack on tube amps, when you max it out, it's actually flat, because the passive nature of the tone stack means that when you start turning it down, you're actually only cutting, you're never boosting. So if you have it at 12 o'clock, it's actually cutting the bass, middle, or treble by half, roughly speaking. So in a sense, maxing out the tone stack actually bypasses the tone stack. And I just want a simple, clean sound to work with, so that's my reasoning behind it. So to keep things even more weird, I'm actually using an omnidirectional measurement microphone to record the guitar. You may be asking, why would I do that? Well, actually, I'm quite enjoying the sound of the room, so this setup allows me to bring a little more room character into the recording without actually using two mics, one room and one direct mic at the speaker. The initial guitar idea ended up like this. I comped the recording into double tracks, band left and right. I grouped the tracks so I can apply minimal filtering, a bit of compression with the supercharger from Native Instruments, a bit of EQ, just to round out that spikiness at 3K, and then moving along with some more compression from this LA2A emulation from Analog Obsession, and finally some tube and transformer saturation. I just started using these plugins from Analog Obsession. Can't offer much feedback at this point, but so far they do the job I expect them to do. This is a small riser I made from the guitar recording. It's an initial note, reversed and sent to one of my favorite plugins, the GSI Verispeed, a brilliant multi-head tape delay emulation. It's so accurate it even models the tape start and stop sound, and also noise. Same goes for this noise of me picking up the guitar, reversed and also sent to the Verispeed plugin. Here we have some clockwork noisy toy piano bells. I just played some dissonant notes on the keyboard, so that's about it. Now for my favorite sample from here. The seal is not making good contact, and a few months ago on a particularly windy day, the corner of the window started whistling like this. I like how it keeps fluctuating between some intervals, some dissonant intervals. Fits pretty well with this creepy vibe. Moving on to these unquantized drums. These are actually made from the same sample as the whistling window. While moving around the window trying to find the best place to capture the whistling, I accidentally knocked the recorder on the windowsill a few times. I chopped up those knocks, put them in the drum rack, compressed and saturated them. Then I came up with this ominous groove. I purposely left the notes unquantized, not because I'm lazy, although I very much am, but because I wanted to give the sense that something is very wrong and uncomfortable, that there is no stable rhythm for your ears to latch on. And the cherry on top is a bit of a convolution reverb, with the lows filtered and a bit of boost to the highs. And here is a synth patch I made a few years ago that I dug up from my old hard drives. I don't remember much about it. I only remember that I played it on the computer keyboard, and I remember thinking at the time that it could be useful in the future, maybe for some sort of soundtrack, which this song might be. The last two tracks are me playing guitar through an Electro Harmonix Oceans 11. The setting on the pedal was the Shimmer preset with a very long decay and a sluggish attack. I also remember placing a big muff pi, after the reverb, so that I could obtain this demented distortion as the notes bloom into the reverb tail. That's about it for this piece. I also wanted to play some more guitar with fuzz. Without fuzz. But nothing became of it. I was feeling far from inspired on improvising some more guitar lines for this piece, so I just gave up on it and called it a day. Even though the track does not have many elements, I feel it's sufficiently congested enough, so I'm gonna leave it at that. Am I pleased with it? Yes and no. This month has been a little bit hectic for me. There are a lot of changes going on in my life right now, with the day job and wanting to move to a different city, so my musical inspiration has been at an all-time low, unfortunately. Truth be told, I kind of forced myself to come up with this creepy song. Initially I wanted to incorporate many more elements in this month's track, but alas, it is what it is. Better to finish it and move along to the next one. Thank you for your time and attention, and if you're at all curious about the songs from the previous months or any more work that I do, feel free to check out the links below, and of course you can also find them here on YouTube. Thank you, and be kind to one another.